Continuing a new business, last case number 16061. Robert Mattie for variance finding to subdivide the property and construct a new duplex on the premise number 1422 Dartmouth Street. The applicant or representative, counsel.
Chairman, members, good evening. For the record, my name is Christopher Harrington. I'm the attorney representing Robert Mattie. My law office is at 21 McGrath Highway here in the city of Quincy. As you know, this is an application for variances for the property at 14 to 22 Dartmouth Street. I'd like to hand to you a schedule of the other lots that are located on Dartmouth Street that are shown on the assessor's plan that was in the packages, and the sizes of all of those lots. Thank you. Chairman, as you stated, this is a request for a finding and dimensional variances to subdivide this property on Dartmouth Street and create two house lots that will each contain a two-family house. The existing home is a two-family home. It sits on 12,000 square feet of land with 120 feet of frontage. Our request is to create two 6,000 square foot lots, each with 60 feet of frontage. The ordinance requirements is 6,750 square feet. Even though we don't make it, we're pretty close. We're shy by 750 square feet on each lot, and we're also shy 15 feet of frontage on each lot. 75 feet is required in Residence B. These homes are the existing home is going to stay. Mr. Mattie bought this property a few years ago. He lives there with his children. And when he purchased the property, it was old, it was run down, it needed a lot of work. He's completely remodeled the inside and outside of the existing two-family home, and he wants to keep that house. And he's put a lot of money into it. Obviously, doesn't want to tear it down and redevelop the property with something larger or townhouses or anything like that. As you know, our Residence B requires 3,000 square feet of land per unit for a Residence B property. And so even though we're slightly shy on the size of the lots, 6,000 square feet of land is what's required for a duplex in Residence B, and we meet that criteria. These buildings are 2.5 stories. They're less than the maximum 3 stories allowed in Residence B. And most importantly, we've designed the site to have adequate parking for the people who live in these buildings. The new house has a driveway property with 5 parking spaces out back. So there are 2 spaces per unit for that house, plus 1 guest spot all off-street. The existing house, which is staying, has had its driveway extended to put 4 parking spaces in the back behind that house, which also gives that house 2 spaces per unit. That parking layout can be modified to add a 5th space behind that building as well, which will also give the existing 2-family 2 spaces per unit plus 1 guest space. The finding that we're asking for is because the existing 2-family has a non-conforming front yard setback, so we're asking for a finding that's not substantially or detrimental to modify that non-conforming structure. With us this evening is Jim Burke, who's our engineer. He's designed the site, and he'd like to tell you about the stormwater management system that he designed for this property.
Thanks, Chris. Again, Jim Burke with Giselle Burke and Associates. We basically designed this with the configuration of the homes remaining, with the existing home remaining, with parking in the rear of the lot. The proposed building will have new service utilities, sewer and water, of course. But for the stormwater, we're capturing all the roof runoff for both existing and proposed homes, as well as the parking lots, and putting them underground with 6 Cultec units for each lot. Handles on the 2, 10, 25, 100-year storm events, and reduces the flow off-site from existing to proposed. So less water is going to be coming off that site once this development is built.
Say that?
There's going to be less runoff, less stormwater coming off the site once it's currently. Than currently. Right. So this basically handles 100-year storm event, which is
Every 2 weeks.
Every 2 weeks. Yeah.
Every 2 weeks, yeah, exactly. 8 inches of rain. 8 inches of rain in 24 hours. So we use a conservative value for soils, 0.27 inches. It's a conservative design. And I think it will benefit the neighborhood. If you have any questions, I'll be gladly answer.
Is that an existing problem now?
Stormwater runoff? No, it's not an existing problem.
Everything, the stormwater right now runs to the south, really low spots like down in this corner here, so runs this way. We're maintaining the grades. All the runoff for this lot will be captured here, and this will be slightly higher than this here, and then this will pond the back of this catch basin. And
You say that'll cover 8 inches of rain?
yep, that's the design flow.
8 inches per hour, you said?
8.27. That's the 100-year storm event for.
Yeah.
Mr. Chairman, we did have a neighborhood meeting for this project. It was over a year ago. The project was delayed for about a year. While Mr. Mattie worked on getting his finances together to make the project happen. One of the changes that we made since that neighborhood meeting is that on the plan that we showed to the neighbors at that meeting, there were 2 versions of it. One version had a driveway here, which just ran up the whole side of the building, and that was basically stacked parking for this unit. And there was a driveway on this side, which was stacked parking for this unit. And then the second version had the driveway exactly as it is now, but a mirror image. The driveway ran all the way up the side, came around, and the parking spaces were back. We changed that because there is a single-family home next to us, and we wanted this side yard to be landscaped and green and not a driveway. So there's landscaping on this side of the house, new fencing, and we decided that Mr. Mattie lives here in this house, so he can look at the new driveway from his house instead of the neighbor on the other side. So that was kind of a primary change that we made. The schedule that I passed out to you at the beginning of the hearing, it lists the houses that are right there on Dartmouth Street. It's not a big street. Even with our 12,000 square foot lot averaged in, the average lot size on Dartmouth Street is 5,500 square feet. So even if you approve this, these lots are still bigger than the average size lot on the street. And finally, I know whenever you consider whether or not to grant a variance, you always have to ask whether desirable relief can be granted without substantially derogating from the purpose or intent of the ordinance. I think that where the lots are larger than what the average lot on the street, as well as the fact that the lots have more frontage than 6 out of the 10 lots on the street, this project can be done without being detrimental to the neighborhood, especially considering the accommodation for our street parking. Thank you.
On the 5th spot on lot 2, is that going to be, could we put one right beside that 4, number 1?
On this,
Yeah.
yeah, we could add a 5th spot there.
All right, so you got 5 on each side.
Yeah, yes, we could do that.
A little more, but it's just guest parking, it's off-street parking. Someone got a guest, they got to park somewhere, and you don't want them to park on the side or outside. Thank you, Council. Any questions, Council? Thank you.
This time.
Thank you. Is there anyone want to speak in favor? Anyone want to speak in favor of this project? First call, second call?
Yep.
Brian Foley. I live
What's your
on
name?
Brian Foley.
Foley?
I live on 10 Sumner Street. My garage is, it's not my house, it's rent. The garage is on Dartmouth Street, right across from the driveway that goes to the garage that's there now. And talked to Mr. Mattie, and he told me to keep the no parking signs where they are. They added that extra space to the garage since the last neighborhood meeting. And that's pretty much all that I was looking for when we had that meeting. Seemed to take care of it.
Thank you, Mr. Foley. Is there anyone else like speak in favor? Second call, third call, part of the hearing closed. I have a letter here from the DPW, September 7th, 2016, 1222 Dartmouth Street, case number 16061. We have reviewed the above referenced project. Our comments are as follows. 1, prepare maintenance plan for the proposed drainage system. 2, show direction of flow on sewer main in the proposed invert for the connection. 3, install survey monuments to delineate public right-of-way. The monuments shall be set by a professional land surveyor. 4, apply stormwater connection permit from the Department of Public Works before construction. 5, upon completion of the project, as-built plan showing all utilities, building footprints, reference-bound benchmark, defining total site facilities, right-of-way needs to be submitted along with a digital file. The as-built plan shall be stamped and signed by a professional land surveyor or professional engineer. If there's anything further required, please advise. Is there anyone here opposed or undecided? Please step forward, name and address for record, please.
My name is Lisa Cameron. I live right across the street, 21 Dartmouth Street. Concerned about parking, and we want to make sure that there's no on-street parking at all. Based upon the plans, yes, the duplex does look like it's got 2 bedrooms and an office, but we all know that the office would probably be a bedroom, so that's 3 parking spots per unit, or 3 bedrooms per unit. So it's a minimum then of 6. Plus you've got 2 bedrooms in 2-family each unit, so a minimum of 10 spots. We don't want anybody parking on the street.
What?
We also have to keep in mind public safety, and we also have to keep in mind trash removal too.
Correct. What I asked for is the 5th spot in Unit 1. They have 5 on the other one. There could be a possibility for a 6th, even in the other one. But these are 2-bedroom units, correct?
They are.
2 bedrooms.
2 bedrooms with an office.
2 bedrooms
Still
with
2
an
beds.
office.
Yes.
But the office could very well be a...
Just put it in there. It's 2 bedroom, and that's all they can. 2-bedroom home. Used to know when people sleep in the kitchen sometimes. Really? And I get it. I mean, if I saw 4 offices, I'd be wondering, a playroom and a... But it's 2 bedrooms.
Mr. Chairman, the office doesn't have a closet, so it's not legally bad.
Yeah, we all know about that too. Put a door that locks.
Just trying to follow the law.
I hear you.
There existing no parking signs on the street, is that what you said?
As I said,
Yeah.
There's one.
Just one.
Thank you. It's right across from the street.
Any other questions? Any other questions? Is anyone else opposed or undecided?
I have a letter here from the residents of 8 Dartmouth Street. They asked me to present this.
You have a letter?
She was asked to write a letter.
It's from Mary Ann D'Amato. 8 Dartmouth Street. Regarding the addition of a 2-family on Dartmouth Street, lot 14, my son and I are not in favor as we feel that Dartmouth Street is not equipped for more properties or vehicles on the street. Mary Ann D'Amato. And you can't read the second name there. It's
Richie B.
Richie B. anyone else opposed or undecided? Counsel, you want to say a few words?
Sure. Good evening, folks. Brad Kroll, 65 K Street. I have the privilege of representing Ward 2 of the great city of Quincy. A couple of things, because I heard it mentioned here today. It's important from a historical perspective just to get a character check on the applicant. I think, in my own opinion, that's what I try to do. But I heard it made mention here that he did take a property that was probably on the top 5 hit list in Ward 2 and kind of transform that into what it was. He's also a local guy. I've dealt with him on different projects. We had a neighborhood meeting. It was on April 12th of 2015. I hosted it at 40 Quincy Avenue, Citizens Bank. And there was some dialogue had at that meeting from the residents with the applicant, looking for concessions, and at the time, bedroom count. Originally it was a 2 and a 3, so it was a duplex style, 3 bedrooms on one side, 2 on the other. It's now a 2 and a 2. I understand very clearly the concerns from the neighborhood, particularly as it comes to parking. You know that I frequent this board, and one of my pet peeves is when it comes to development, you need to be adequately parked, no question. I did have the opportunity to take a ride over there and look at the site. There's no question that it's a pretty level, clear lot. I was contacted by the nearest abutter to the left. She had expressed to me her sentiment, which was not in favor of the 2-family. She had the thought, she didn't own the house at the time, but her thoughts were that it would be further suited if there was any development in more of a single-family fashion. I did speak with him. I really don't want to speak for him, but he just kind of did share that with me. To Lisa's point about the 2 bedrooms and the 2 bedrooms, and then the office potentially becoming a bedroom. He did just express that he'd be willing to forego the quote-unquote office and make it a clear 2-bedroom and 2-bedroom. So again, I understand that it is a level lot. Something will go there. It's just, I guess, in terms of placement, what indeed will go there. I just again wanted to reiterate that we do have an applicant that seems in the past and present to want to work with the neighborhood. So
Glad to hear that.
I just kind of submit that to you and let you do what you do.
Thank you, Councilman. Thank you for your time, and thanks for hanging in all night.
My pleasure.
I don't know about that.
Well, sounds good, right?
Council, before we decide this, you said the applicant's willing to take that lot. This is out there and make it strictly as...
I don't want to speak for the applicant, but he could probably speak for himself.
There you go.
No, do you know what I mean?
This is Robert Mattie.
I know.
Yeah, I do accommodate that.
So you have, your master might be up here instead of that one, then, or whatever, vice versa, whatever you want to do. It don't matter, you're still going to have a bath for each, correct?
Correct, yeah.
Well, I mean, a lot
I
of
need an
Dan,
office.
Dan, whatever, I know.
Office stuff.
What are you saying? So that makes me happy. It really does.
Where's the home go
You in
there?
agreement to that? You in agreement to that? Take the office wall
I'd
out.
be
so-
fine with either of them. I'm not. Think of this young professional.
Then you don't have to worry about it down the road when it gets sold. You get a 2-bedroom defined. Well, they build a wall, then they gotta go to planning, and the planner will look it up. They can only have 2 bedrooms in the home, that was approved. Who's gonna look? My favorite style. There you go. Commissioner would be.
So, Mr. Chairman, the office is there for, young professionals who work at home to have an office if they choose to.
All right, how about this? How about making that office 8 feet wide and make the bedroom bigger?
Make the office smaller, so it's just bigger.
Okay, you got a chair and a computer and put some books in it. Right now, it's probably what, You got 40, what, how big is this house, 40 feet, so it's 10 feet each
Oh,
right now?
How big's the office?
10 feet each, correct?
I'm sorry, sir, I don't know off the top of my head.
Well, you got 4 rooms there, it's 40 feet long, so it should be, right?
Yeah.
10 feet each.
Yeah,
So you make that bedroom 12 and the other one 8.
Office eight.
That's an office.
thanks, sir.
Sound good?
Yes.
So we need a little teeny,
Yeah, we'll make the office.
Bedroom.
so the office will be max of 8 feet on both properties. And then that bedroom would just be, it should be 12 feet in. Works out good.
Perfect.
All right.
Get my
Anything
California
else?
king in there now.
There you go.
Huh?
Great.
To get my California king in there now.
Just open the door and flop, right?
This is the last hearing of the night.
It is. Anything else, gentlemen? Anything else? No. Anything else? I'll be voting in favor with that change. So,
Yes.
as will I.
Fair.
Yeah.
In matter number, Mr. Chairman, matter number 16-061, Robert Mattie for a variance finding to subdivide the property and construct a new duplex house on the premises number 14-22 Dartmouth Street. Includes and make a motion to grant the variance for the following conditions: that the items include the DPW letter, that there would be a 5th parking space put into Unit 2. Lot 2. And that the office in both properties, that both offices will be narrowed down to 8 feet.
Second it?
Second.
On a motion, seeing none, all in favor? Aye. Opposed, so moved. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.